It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the Sunshine State. It's the Fins and the Buccaneers. All that and more coming up next.
Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now, Charles, you and I, we've done a lot of games together. Always seems like we're rehashing the same storylines. Turnovers, of course, always a big story. Quarterback play, running backs, yada, yada, yada. But getting ready for this one word kept coming to mind, and that's preparation.
Well, it's critical to be prepared. Physically, mentally. When you think about getting ready for an NFL game, you have to wonder, what will they throw at us that maybe we haven't seen before? 2-minute drill, maybe different things like that. Got to be prepared. You're exactly right.
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go from Tampa. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, the Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively, because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also, when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
They start the drive with White. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a gain of 13 and a very
Ed make you dead. Welcome to the stream, baby. Dropping that like buddy.
And a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
They go right back to White here on first down. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving.
Nightbot. Welcome to the stream, baby. Check in with the legend himself, Ed Make You Dead, baby. YAYAEZ www.youtube.com/Ed Make You Dead. Let's go, Ed.
12 yards there as they move the chains.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Mayfield off the play fake. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
2nd and 10. Mayfield looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland, and a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And when you watch him play, everything just looks like it comes so naturally to him. When he's dialed in and finds that zone, passes are crisp, he sees the field really well, and he takes charge as the leader of this offense.
Here's Raheem Mostert, the local product from right here in Florida. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Well, we often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old, they can't run anymore. Well, he's showing past the age of 30, you can still have some nice runs like that.
You certainly can, and I think that we're starting to expand our definition of old running back. Because it used to be as soon as they hit 30, we want to get rid of these guys and go to the younger guys. But now that the guys are taking such great care of themselves, as you pointed out, you can still get explosive runs at any age. Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Tua sets up to pass it. Over the middle, he gets it to Barrios. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Achane will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the drive finished off with a touchdown run from Devon Achane. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here's Devin Tompkins on the return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, and lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will be caught downfield by Gage. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. This ball complete to Trey Palmer. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
And that's how you shake
Ghost.
the interception you threw on the opening drive.
Welcome to the stream, baby. Hey, oh, sign of the horns, let's go Bucks American football.
The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Let's go Ghost. Check out my big OTF homie Mr. Ghost Call Me Hand medium light skin tone https://www.youtube.com/@user-ghost1974.
Opting to run again here with White. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Happy birthday, man. I'm just making dinner.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So
if you're new, you know what to do. Yeah, smash like, little crank on that sub. Stay easy, baby. Call me hand medium light skin tone. W.
Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive.
Memberships available now for the Mustard Militia. A wow sign of the horns medium light skin tone. Much love to all and thank you for all the support. Call me hand medium light skin tone https://www.youtube.com/@czg code musty/membership.
Now a dump off here complete. It'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield.
Big thank you and shout out to the Mustard Militia members.
And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Activision account CZG Musty YT number 7363108.
It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. As they've got it as we resume action. Meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, so many times defensive backs get caught playing the man rather than the football, but not in this case. That's an excellent play. Did exactly what you're supposed to do. Attack the football and help break up the pass.
Yep, as a result, knocks it down. Tua gonna throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3 and out.
So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Back deep for the Bucs is Devin Tompkins. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. First catch there for Evans, good enough for a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
First down, here's White, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. They keep it on the ground. White again. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Mayfield now. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 40. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go with White on the counter. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. And his throw here's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. That is caught. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Mayfield on play action. Eluding the pressure right. And Mayfield will have a first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Here's White, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Mayfield looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now Mayfield. Godwin's got it. Touchdown Tampa Bay. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Bucs have taken the lead. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and the lead is now 10-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Miami's offense set and ready to go. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And his bid for the 1st down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Yes, wicked awesome.
Streamlabs. Welcome to the stream, baby. Zakapilli just sponsored.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fair catch called for.
The one and only Mr. Chips Bebe. Call me hand medium light skin tone. www.youtube.com/@exochipilly101. Underscore big W colon underscore big W colon underscore big W.
You would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. That's complete to White. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, just like last play.
Partner, normally double coverage is reserved for receivers and tight ends, but this time they actually targeted the running back with it, and it still wasn't enough. He attacked the defense, and got in a great position to haul in the catch and get a nice gain out of it.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw on target to Godwin here. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. This now a 3rd and 4. Mayfield. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bucs first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports
This has certainly been a fun one to
Coach.
watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way. We saw a strong first half out of the former Heisman Trophy winner, Baker Mayfield. He connected on a touchdown pass in that first half, and that's a big part of why his guys lead at the break.
The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Now 2nd and 3.
Here's Tua. He'll hit Mostert again here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. And going deep for Hill. And that's going to be too high. Out of of bounds and incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing now is chubbz. Throw caught by H.M. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 24-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 5.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now Tua. Touchdown! Durham Smythe. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Dolphins have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Sanders on for the extra point. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half.
And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets about a yard, and it brings up second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 9.
Here's a toss right side with White. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Mayfield to throw it.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get this away into the humid Florida sky. And here comes Berrios. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm.
Underscore too sweet, colon underscore too sweet, colon underscore too sweet.
They should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Tua now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
A third quarter now, to 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10.
Tua sets up to pass it.
He'll swing this out to Mostert.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll run for it with Achane.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give them the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Tua gonna throw. On target over the middle to Hill. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 37. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here.
This will be caught just inside the 10. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th.
The ball on the 8. Still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Dolphins are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
Sanders now to add the extra point. With that, the lead is up to 8. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over.
There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10
at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
He'll leave this one for White.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield.
Another catch by White. Back-to-back plays.
And he'll be out right at the 35.
10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
And from the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. Going quickly out wide to Moore.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. Mayfield with it once more. Over the middle, complete. That's Evans.
It's showtime, baby.
2nd down and 3.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield.
The pass is caught by Cade Otton.
And he's got another 1st down. He's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They'll try the right side here with White. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now 2nd and 9. A quick throw caught by Evans out wide.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I've thought late game, down on the scoreboard, Had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. On third down, a run from White. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the air.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. Berrios now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way. Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. To throw is Tua. A short throw there, that's to Smythe, the tight end. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
So Mayfield and the Bucs
down 21-16. 1:47 on the clock. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Mayfield. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Here's Baker.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they need a touchdown, and here they're saying, we're not going to get it 10 yards at a time. They felt they needed to take a shot there to at least get them across the 50, but that one falls incomplete.
And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Nice, well coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
Just the one timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. 1st and 10. Mayfield's throw taken in by Evans here.
And he's brought down.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's 1st down. Mayfield to throw. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Now Mayfield. Throw left side taken in by Palmer.
They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Mayfield. That is caught.
And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down.
Here's Mayfield.
Oh, that is incomplete.
And we know that this crowd really wants to explode. What a win this would be. They had a shot at the end zone right there, and it fell incomplete.
Ball resting on the 20. This is 2nd and 10.
Mayfield to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for